Hello and welcome again to Lady Valorith Games. If you like and subscribe, if you like what you see, please subscribe, put a thumbs up, and I will shout out again to Alice. She is behind the camera. Thank you again for showing
Hello.
up. I'm going to hopefully try and finish off all of the miniature. I did do a little more on the out time. It was just for simple sakes. I was behind in the schedule. I did the little guy here. I think he turned out pretty decently off camera. And then I did get the chain hanging down there. It's just so I could get a little bit caught up. I was a little behind in my scheduling. All right, so today I'm hopefully going to get the rest of him done with the spiking here, and then I'm going to get into the lightning claws. And on the back side, I still have this here underneath in the back, which I will probably end up doing off camera to finish them up. But this is my goal today, is to get the lightning claws and the spikes done. So let's get at it. My first thing I'm going to be doing is, as always, I say, shake your shake your paints, and have a clean water with you so you can make sure you've got everything going. The basing and all that I will do off camera maybe, or I might do it on camera. I don't know yet, but it's up in the air. But for right now, we're going to get in with the painting. And again, welcome, and thank you for joining us. As I said, I'm just going to try and get all these guys' spikes done today, because there's not a lot to them, but there is a lot of like flat surface, and being able to get that flat surface is usefully done. And as the new piece of equipment that I am using are these lighted magnifying lamp that I have, that I picked up at the Harbor Freight closest to me. And I will say that with this that I'm using now, it is actually allowing me to see my details better, and I am really liking how my painting is turning out. It's becoming a lot more useful, and I mean it looks a lot better too when all is said and done. I'm still using them, and when I finally get a chance to do a review, I will do so. But so far, I have liked everything that I've been getting to do with these as a useful tool. And I will definitely say that anybody who is new and watching and they want to get in to this hobby, this is one of those that's a mid-tier item that it's like, it's something that once you get a little further in and you got at least a few paints and brushes, they can start doing things a little more. It's one of these that I wished I'd have gotten a little earlier, but of course, money and everything does make for it to not be so easy, but I would definitely suggest an earlier purchase than what I did. But as a whole, they are absolutely great. I get to see what I'm painting, and I see more of what I'm painting as well. And if I have any mishaps and misfires in there, I can go back in real quick and hit them, because I can see in. And that is absolutely great to be able to see what I'm working on. As before, it was kind of like, just kind of putting the brush in and hoping I was hitting the right spot. Now I can actually, with the magnifying glasses, be able to see where I'm going at and hitting. And as I said today, it's a very useful piece of equipment that I'm now happy I have. when I first started out, this was all with a primer, just a street simple Rust-Oleum gray primer, and then I go to a black because then that gives me the ability to, if I use a gray primer, if I want to go lighter, the paints that are going over it are going to pick up a lighter tones of the gray and really pop. As where if I go with a black undertone for what I'm doing now, it does add a different dimension. You know, I don't have an airbrush or anything like that yet. Someday, when I can afford one, it's more of one of those that's a luxury item that, you know, if you're starting out, again, that's one of those you can kind of wait, save up for, and then get. Because, yes, they are useful. I've seen some very gorgeous work on. I'm going to do a couple shout outs to Squidmar. I've watched him, that channel for a while. I have watched Ninjon. He uses that one there. Eons of Battle, Jay, he uses one. And the work I've seen from those channels are absolutely gorgeous. And yeah, I definitely agree that, you know, an airbrush does do a really nice job. And yeah, hell, even look on Marketplace for used ones that are close by, because most of the ones I've found so far are all in like San Francisco and, you know, areas where I don't have a vehicle to get down to. So yeah, I can't go down and purchase stuff like that. I don't have a friend that I could just go, hey, I need to go into the city, just to go pick up something. I mean, it's got to be a worthwhile trip. You know? So I suggest, you know, looking and seeing, and when you can find something that's cheap nearby, grab it. You know, they are, again, a useful item. And then I would definitely suggest using tutorials on YouTube and learning on how to use them.
Oh,
no,
I'm just saying, if I ever have a car, you can definitely ask me once I get my car.
Yeah, it's also gas and time and money.
I wouldn't. As long as you give me gas money, I'm good. Even if it's $20, I don't mind.
Yeah, I
or
mean,
like
it's
$10, you know, and at least enough for, you know, medicine. I'm good. That's all that I ask. As long as it's enough for, you know, maybe like, you know.
Yeah, I know.
You know, like, you know, I don't ask much. Gas money is gas money, you know. Even if it's $5, I can always get more, you know, gas money from someone else too.
Well, you know, it's that simple fact. You know, it's the idea of going down there, and I mean, in some places they're like,
some
you know,
people
way at the far end of the Bay Area. You know, I mean, I've seen.
I mean, if you live in the Bay Area, then fine, it would be easy. But you know, for those of us that don't, it's a little bit harder.
Yeah. All right. I do believe I've almost got my spikes done.
Oh. Other side V.
I know. I'm looking and seeing. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. You know, extra pair of eyes allows
always
me to,
helps.
Yeah. You know, and as I said, these do allow me to see more. And if I do miss something, you know, the eyes of another person can always be useful.
Yep.
But as a whole, yeah. Oh, you'll probably have noticed that I put up a short of a Raptor. That is the newest kit that I've bought. I've already done one just because I wanted to. And yeah, I really like how that kit is. It's an easy build. I love how it was put together. But as I was going to say, when I said that I was going to do sub-assembly for this one that I wish I'd have done, I'm actually doing that. And I'm setting all those up. So now that when I go through, I'll be able to do the sub-assembly on all of those. And they'll be able to be put together in a much nicer way. Now I'm going to get these power cords
Oh, the power cords for the...
for my lightning claws.
Yep.
I'm also using a 3-0 brush, which gives me a nice long tip. See how long that is?
Yeah.
I don't know if I actually got you in there, but that long tip
Yeah,
gives.
I see it now.
Yeah.
I had to move the camera back a little bit in order for it to
But
see.
that long brush gives me enough stuff that I can lay in a decent amount of paint into the brush and then go back over here and start my painting all up again.
And you don't want to put too much paint on your...
No, I mean, at most, you only want to fill up half your brush at any given time.
Yeah.
And, I mean, I'm still learning even after having been away from the hobby for nearly a decade. I started back up last year again, and I have slowly been improving over time with my paint skills, and I am actually happy. It's and then as well, I started this YouTube channel on Lady Valorith Games. I'm just trying something different, something new. I'm hopefully going to start learning how to, once I can figure out, possibly creating some of my own stands or stuff like that for some miniatures that I have that don't have flight stands, and that's my Drakari's 3D printed alternate print for the Tantalus, which has now gone to Legends. I'm a real bummed out gal about that. I love the Tantalus. It's a beautiful model. It's such an amazing model in and of itself. But GW, in their infinite cosmic wisdom, decided to send such a great model to Legends. I mean, it really does kind of hurt because it was a could carry off the deck 16. So I had a squad of 10 Kabbalites, Archon, and Court of the Archon set to run on and off of that as I could, using Sky Splinter Assault. And having 3 of those, I could run one with the Archon, and then another one with my Homunculi, and then the third off of with my Witches and Succubus. Where, I mean, having that run with a Sky Splinter Assault and then everything else added in, it's like I saw that as a great platform. I know it's not going to be legal for tournament, and I'm not looking for tournament play. I just wanted it to be able to play. So I'm hopefully going to be able to use it, at my local game store for games, and nothing else. It's just one of those deals. It's like, Games Workshop, sure, the Tantalus is a Forge World resin model, and as I said, it's a gorgeous model, and it's a very useful model. But when it goes to Legends, it takes such a useful item off the out of the arsenal of transports. I mean, we don't have anything else for them as a really good transport. I mean, sure, you've got the Ravager and the Raider, but again, they only hold 10 units, and you really have a tougher time. You've got the Venom. I consider them a support vehicle. I know. You can say what you want. I see them as that. They are a good vehicle. But when you can literally have a firing deck with that many people on it, it's actually quite useful. Now, the vehicle doesn't get any of the stuff that the Court of the Archon and the Archon give it, but off that firing deck, all that stuff that's happening, absolutely sick. Alrighty, I am going to do, and this is going to be one of those, hey, why is she doing that? But you'll understand in a minute. I'm going to actually be doing, I do have it somewhere.
Which color are you looking for?
I don't have it.
Oh,
I need the Ultramarines blue.
Ultramarines blue should be over there somewhere in your paints.
There we go. Cause
Found it. What are you doing? You're doing the starting on the lightning claws.
no,
Just about.
I'm going
almost.
to do this is
Oh,
because I know it's supposed to be and I don't like that color, and I don't think I have that color to do it.
which one for the?
It would be a Dark Angel's helmet because this is the Dark Angel's wing.
Oh yeah.
And
But you don't have that the
I
dark
don't-
angel color, huh?
yeah,
And you don't like.
think
I don't think you really.
I want to
Yeah.
just make it a blood angel, an ultramarine with a wing that's screwed up. That's my way I want to paint, and I think it'll
Whatever.
look kind of interesting because I know ultramarines don't have any of that.
Everyone's different. Make it your own if you have to. Make it the way you want.
Yeah, I mean it's
That's
a
all you
deadhead.
gotta do. It's make it the way you want to make it.
Yeah.
If you don't have a color, make it
I
different.
do believe the
You could probably
Dark
make
Angels
the
are
color.
green, but
You were like, you don't want to do it.
well, I'm not gonna go digging in and looking for it.
Right.
For a green, that would be close enough.
Yeah.
And with this blue, it won't even really show up.
Too much.
Yeah, it's just gonna,
It's gonna make the helmet pop a little bit.
not really. It's just kind of there. And when because I'm using the black underpinning it from everything else, yeah, you won't see the same effect.
But you'll know it'll be there.
Yeah.
You can see that the blue is there, but it's not a good amount of it.
Yeah, it's just,
Enough to make it look better.
Yeah. Just giving it a quick shade.
Right. Give it some color. That's all. So it doesn't look too bland.
Oh, the blue will show up eventually. I mean, it's a dark blue on black, but as a whole, it will eventually show up. It just takes a little bit of time.
Yeah. But it'll look good with it too.
It will be different.
Right. Very different.
Now, I bought the brushes at Michael's. I mean, again, if you don't have a lot of money coming in and you're just starting out, and if you have a Michael's or a hobby store that has brushes, I would suggest going there until you can afford to be able to go and get the better brushes. And I mean, yeah, you're gonna end up spending more when you can afford those better brushes. But right now, this Michael's brush, I've liked the results I'm getting from them as well. Again, it's a cheaper brush. This one ran me, I do believe, probably about $6.95 or $6.59. Not an expensive brush, but I can get it. As long as you take care of them, they can last a long time. I still need to get some brush soap for being able to clean my brushes up a little better. Because I have such a thin point there, I can get into these areas a little easier and not make as big a mess. And my lining has become a lot stronger. So that's very useful in and of itself there. All right.
Oh, wow.
The helmet's done for the moment. I can go back in and change that up a little later if I want to. But right now it's just that kind of a blue. And if I can find a decent green that can work with it, then yeah. And that can be an easy fix. All right, I'm gonna go with a wing. I'm gonna use this pallid witch flesh for the wing that comes up. Yeah, it's white. But I think I want that for how it'll look.
Mm-hmm. Shake, shake, shake.
Oh, yes. A few, about half a minute worth of shaking, and you can fairly decently thin them out.
Paint what you need to paint.
Well, get your paint shook up.
Enough.
Yeah.
You don't need it too much.
No. Yeah, that side. Now the wing has two different layers here, so I'm trying to get one layer first. Then you got this other layer that's just right above it. I mean, it's the same level, but not quite. It's got a little difference in the edge along the in here.
Mm-hmm.
little bit more down in there. Oh, I have to come this direction. Like this. No. Yeah, I know. Pallid Witch Flesh has got a little bit of a light pinkish tone to it, but I kind of like that because I figure that if it's that color, it's just, it's not an actual white, but it gives it a different tone than what you would expect if you were using a Corvax or White Scar for the color. It's just a different. It's just. I like the color. There's still a little bit in there. Almost done with this. And that can sit for a little bit. All right, I'll come back and let that rest. And we'll get over here to these lightning claws. Now, I've only done lightning claws a couple other times on 3 other models. And those were rather interesting.
Those are going to be interesting to see how you do with these new, because those were before you had the